Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dwarven Steam Mine, and welcome to the West Somerset Railway. I believe, I was going to say, I believe this is in West Country, the UK, but I don't know, and I shan't say, so I don't look any more of a tit. But welcome back. This is in TSW5, and we will be driving this lovely Class 47, and later on, that lovely Class, I think that's an 09, actually, even though it does look very much like an 08. Identical, in fact. I believe the 08, the 09, the Class 11 were all based on, and maybe the Class 12. I think they were all based on the same body, just with different size power plants. I think the higher in the class got the more powerful ones. Perhaps. And then the Class 13, which was two Class 08s or 09s put together, but they only made like 5 of them, so who cares? But we will start off with a little mission here. This is taking D1762 down the line to meet up with its train. We are at the depot in Wilton, and we are just going to take it down the line for a jaunt. And then we will go prep some coaches in the 09. I do like that they haven't given me a time limit. They're kind of just like, yeah, he's probably a scrub. Get to know the engine. Even though I've driven this for about an hour. I've driven the West Somerset line a few times on Train Sim Classic, and actually a couple, not a lot, but a couple of races between myself and Scotty have been taking place on here. I don't remember if we ever recorded them, but no, I have driven this route before. This is Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead, and I can't remember which side of the line has the turntable. I want to say Minehead has the turntable. Oops, speeding a little bit there, but nobody will mind. But it is a fairly hilly route, but it's very picturesque. Lots of trees, lots of greenery, and some sheep. Oh, wow. I think the West Somerset also has a collection of Great Western stuff, which I myself am personally interested in. I think Scotty would tell me to fuck off in the politest Scottish way possible. But I do believe they have like a hall or something, or like a county or something that they run on the line. I'm not too sure. I'd have to look up their roster, but I do think when I hear Somerset, though, I do think of the Somerset and Dorset joint railway, which is known for its 7Fs, which, oddly enough, nobody makes models, or rarely are models made of 7Fs and 8Fs. I've noticed that over the years. There's been a couple. Don't get me wrong. There's been a couple, but not a lot. I'm trying to remember what station it is. No, not that one. Blue Anchor. Blue Anchor has, sitting in a siding, if I remember, I'll send Fletcher a screenshot. But Blue Anchor has some coaches sitting in like an old siding, and they're like a faded white because they've been sitting there. They've been sat there for a while. But I believe the base of them is green or gray, and I don't know if they're like camping coaches or if they are, well, if they're just sat there, to be frank. Because the amount of times shit just ends up in a siding somewhere and just left there. That happens more often than not. Here in America, we have whole sidings that are sometimes miles long, just dedicated to overflow rolling stock, stuff that is not in demand, hopper cars. There's yards full of old locomotives, some of them still run, still operate, whatever, but the operating costs of just running every locomotive in a fleet at the same time would be astronomically high. So when certain branch lines and things get shut down, then they just kind of say, "Yeah, we don't need to run those." And then the first ones to go, obviously, are the old units. Those usually aren't sold for parts. Sometimes they are, especially if the engines are good, but those aren't left for parts very often. They're usually just kind of left there, or they're sold to smaller branch lines or short lines or whatever. There's a grain elevator that my mate works at that's not too far away. And in the last year or two, they had a little, one of those little track mobile things, little rail car pushers that could push like, I don't know, 5 cars. But they expanded. They need something that could push a whole line of cars. So they needed storage for, I think they need storage for 60 cars or something like that. They also needed an actual locomotive to move it all, so they went and got an American. I believe it's an SD40-2. It's an old Canadian Pacific unit, but I've seen it out and about. Uh, as soon as they got it, they got it painted and everything. My mate sent me pictures of the inside and the outside and selfies and all that shit, which is super cool to see. But the fact that they have a locomotive now, I think, is really cool. Because who wouldn't want to own a train? I know I would. So if you see underneath the or the number plate there, the red dot, I believe that's a weight classification. Basically telling them what weight, or what like axle weight the this engine is, and where it can run. Because there was like a red dot, 2 red dots, a blue dot, 2 blue dots, a star, things like that, and those would restrict some bigger engines. Like you probably couldn't run like a Class 45 Peak or a Class 66 or something big and heavy. But these 47s were pretty roundabout workhorses. They could kind of use them just about everywhere they wanted to. I just did this route with like 6 coaches, and it was really a struggle to try to stay at 25 with a load, but now without it, it's kind of just can't be arsed. Forewarning, this will just be another video of me babbling about trains for 50 minutes or whatever. Not that Fletch cares anyways. She hates me no matter what, so. I will say, kind of a nerd thing, and if you know, you know. But these two-tone green 47s in particular always make me think of Raymond from the Dark Railway series, because he was a two-tone green 47. I believe the guy who's been making that, Dark DJ Productions, I believe he's been making that series for like the last 10 years or something. It's wild. Many a year ago, it was probably about 9 years ago or more, 10 years ago. He did a Railworks, which is Train Sim Classic at this point. He did a Railworks adaptation of Event Horizon, featuring a bunch of his characters and stuff, and a couple characters from Ingrid Welshman Productions. And I go back to that every once in a while. It's a good watch. There are a lot of talented people who used to do stuff with MSTS, Train Z, Trains Classic, or Train Sim Classic. I could probably name a series from each one of those that I have watched and or still do go back to from time to time. I'll admit, I haven't watched the Dark Railway series in a couple of years. I kind of keep loose tabs on it, but I haven't watched it in a while. I feel like we're climbing like really steep into the hills, but I What's that mean? What the hell does that mean? I have no clue. Ooh, fun idea. Dovetail, if you ever listen to this, which you won't. Snowdon Mountain Railway. That would be fun as fuck. Or alternatively, any rack railway. That would be fine. Yeah, any rack railway that has steam on it, which that narrows it down a little bit. But Snowdon Mountain Railway, that would be fun. The Caldy Fell Railway and Wonders of Sodor. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Mount Washington Cog Railway, Pikes Peak Railway, any one of those. Just do something to steam and rack railway. That would be fun as shit. I've also talked about it in the past, and I'll bring it up again. CVU5, the MSTS CVU5. You know what? If you could charge $50 for it, as long as it came with more than one kind of train set, I would still fucking buy it. I really would. That would be worth the money in my mind. Because something to the scale of Seaview would be, fuck, I think it's like 30 or 40 islands. It's like 60 stations. And the original came with, I believe, 3 or 4 train sets, like different livery train sets. Oh, my speed, I just can't keep it steady. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, we're coming up to a station. Crocombe Heath Field. We're going around, or past the loop platform. I think the horn is too quiet to be heard anyway, so. I know, we had to slow down to 20. It's okay, I was almost doing it anyways. This is not a fast route. Like, I know the whole purpose of this route is to, like, just kind of chill, kick back, and just kind of take in the scenery, but holy shit, is this a slow route? Something I liked in some diesels, but in particular, my favorite British loco, which is an old GT3 gas turbine, had a quick release for the brakes, and that was really nice. This hail is gonna beat the crap out of me. Although we're holding fairly steady at 10% on the loco brake. I think that's what it is. They call it the straight brake, which I don't know. I would assume it's a loco brake of some sort. I think all the coaches in this map are good old British Mark 1s. And I feel like this would be a nice route to have, like a nice tea service or something. And they might even, I don't know. But I feel like, you're just moseying along, not in any rush, not in any hurry. I feel like this would be a nice route for a little tea service. Or have like a class 101 diesel multiple unit kind of just trundling along. Or like a 121 bubble car. Something like that. One of those would be fun. Just to kind of just mosey along. Just take your time. I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying this straight brake handle more than the actual one. The straight brake, it's not as strong, but it does release it's way more responsive. Releases way faster. And in, what is that? Less than 1,000 yards, we'll be coming to a stop. I wonder if it's going to make us throw our own points again. Or if there's going to be something at the platform, maybe another Class 09 or something. Maybe someone's gone and fetched our coaches for us. I don't know. Oh, hey, see, look, the coach is already at the platform. See, someone thought ahead. And thank fuck for him, because it wasn't me. Got some light breakage going on. bump it up a bit more, and come to a gentle stop in 3 yards, fucker. Yo, bastard. Request permission, is that Q? And manually couple the coaches. Oh. Guess we got permission. Which end of the coaches are we going to? Did we fail? Okay, we are now in the class 09. I know it looks like an 08. I thought it was too. But you know what? It's close enough. And this one has a horn. Normally they had air whistles. I do like these almost Great Western looking chocolate and cream coaches. So all we're doing now is just taking these empty coaches to Bishop's Lydiard for the main service, which we just brought the locum out of there-ish. So this presumably is what happened before. Even if the time doesn't match up, that's what I'm saying. I don't think these coaches are fitted. Or the loco isn't, because every time this is a really twitchy throttle, that every time you pull stuff, you can see the speed will jump up and then slow down, and then it'll jump back up. And I think that means that, like, you're just tugging the coaches along with a chain. Something of that nature. It'll get faster once we get off this little siding, I promise. I don't even know where the fuck we're at. Where are we? Norton Fitzwarren. Where the hell is that? I want to go for a wander. Is that like the main line over here? Somewhere. Yeah, is this like the main line? You have like a runaround Y. Very oddly shaped, because you can go that way and it curves around over here, or you can follow this one and it curves around over here. What the hell is going on? I don't know. That's odd. So once all the coaches get past that switch, then we can go up to 25. And this will do 25, actually. I think some of the classes, like the 08, the 09, the 11, the 12, whatever, I think they all had different speed limits, because I think some of them were 30 and some of them were 20 and some of them were 25. If someone can correct me, who knows, please do so. There we go. Now we're really thumping along. Must be a light service, because it's only 4 coaches. I wonder how many coaches they actually have. Because I've seen like a full rake of these brown ones in the game, and I've seen a full rake of the blood and custard ones. Well, let's get this shit over with before OBS has another fucking fit. I do have plans to play Wonders of Sodor. I just don't know when. Especially if OBS is going to keep being a problem. But it is being thought about, and it is being looked into. These do have some weird grills on them, don't they? Maybe the little slats open to allow for more airflow. I don't Oh, that would be my guess. Why the hell does he get the gauges? I want the gauges, thank you. Douche. Oh, it's nothing serious. It's just my amps and my fucking speed. See if we're running. Oh, that's fuel. I thought it was temperature. I thought that was reading fucking like 70, a little over 70 degrees Celsius, and I was gonna say that could be a problem. that could be an issue. I was surprised that these. I don't know if it got cut out or not, but I was surprised that these have horns because normally the oh wait, anyways, they had whistles. See, here's the blood and custard coaches, as they're called. But I really like these chocolate cream ones more. Okay, there's a little blue thing on the platform. I didn't know what the fuck that was, so as I was gently coming to a stop, I walked over there and was like, hey, what's this? And it turns out that's just a separate mission. So it just kind of defeated the purpose of this one. So, yeah, fuck you, marker. Well, as we come to a stop here at the platform, I want to thank you again so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow for more. We will be back, assuming OBS works, to the West Somerset for a special little feature there. All I'm going to say. But, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!